Now coming to the next question, 15-mark question. The question here was, what are the salient features of National Food Security Act 2013? How has the Food Security Bill helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition in India? This question was asked for 15 marks. Why? First and foremost, directly related to syllabus of public distribution system, objectives, functioning, limitations, and strategies. Previous year mains, we have seen questions related to public distribution system, as you can see on your screen. Apart from that, the National Food Security Act was also in news. We know that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, when people started facing distress, the government came up with a number of measures in order to provide food security to the people. One among them was Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, through which the government provided the food security to the people. So this was in news. So here, UPSC asked a question directly from the core part of the syllabus, salient features of National Food Security Act and how it has helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition. Okay, so look at the second part of the question. I guess the first part of the question is very clear. You are just required to highlight the features of Nfsa. But look at the second part of the question. Does the second part of the question requires you to critically analyze Nfsa? Is it a critical analysis? It says, how has the Food Security Bill eliminated hunger and malnutrition? It has not asked to what extent it has helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition. If the question was to what extent it has helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition, both benefits and challenges. But the question is very straightforward. How it has helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition. So what you should do while writing the answer, you should focus more upon the benefits of National Food Security Act, not on the challenges. Challenges, you can have just a cursory or just brief part about the challenges, but major emphasis should be on benefits. I hope you are getting this point. If the question was to what extent, then you would have to give equal focus on benefits as well as challenges. Okay. So decoding the question is also very important. Okay. Question is very straightforward. Salient features of Nfsa and how it has helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition. So let's discuss the answer to this particular question. So as far as Nfsa is concerned, National Food Security Act, the Nfsa seeks to provide food security to 67% of India's population, wherein it provides food security to 75% of the population in rural India and 50% of the population in urban India. The beneficiaries under the National Food Security Act are categorized into two types: priority households and Antyodaya households. The beneficiaries are selected by the respective state governments. The priority households, they get 5 kg of food grains per person per month. But Antyodaya households are considered to be the poorest of the poor households. These Antyodaya households get 35 kg of food grains per household per month. Now this is very important. For the priority household, it is per person per month. But for Antyodaya households, it is per household per month. The National Food Security Act provides that the food grain should be provided at subsidized prices of rupees 3 per kg for rice, rupees 2 per kg for wheat, and rupees 1 per kg for the coarse cereals. At the same time, the National Food Security Act also provides that this rate, that is subsidized rate, can be changed after a period of 3 years. But so far, we have not increased the rates. Even today, the rates have been at rupees 1, 2, and 3 for the different agricultural commodities. Next is, it also provides maternity benefit for the pregnant and lactating mothers, that is breastfeeding mothers, maternity benefit of up to rupees 6,000. Then it provides for nutritional support for the pregnant women and lactating mothers. So here, the Nutrition support is also provided to children in the age group of 6 months to 14 years. So this cooked meals is provided to the women as well as children through the ICDS or Anganwadis, which you must have heard of. Then under NFSA, whenever we issue this ration card is issued in the name of the eldest women member of the household. So this in turn promotes women empowerment. We are provided for grievance redressal mechanism at the state and district level. And lastly, in some of the remote areas of India, where public distribution system is not functioning, where we are not in a position to provide food, subsidized food, we provide for food security allowance, which means we provide for DBT, direct benefits transfer, in the form of food subsidy. So these are the salient features of NFSA, food security allowance. Now question is, how has Food Security Act helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition? How can you write points to such questions? Now, that is where most of people find difficulty also, because you know the salient features, but then you have to correlate as to how these features help us in addressing hunger and malnutrition. First and foremost, the National Food Security Act, it is considered to be a landmark legislation, because now when we see food security, we don't see food security as a welfare-based approach. Rather, we see food security as a rights-based approach, which means people now have a right to have food. That is most important. I hope all of you must be knowing about Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, right? Article 21 of the Indian Constitution provides for right to life. And when we say right to life, as interpreted by Supreme Court, it is having a meaningful existence for the people, which includes right to education, right to health, right to work. And here we are having right to food. So in a way, this legislation has strengthened Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. So you have to incorporate these kind of articles also, that Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Second, it has adopted the life cycle approach. When we say life cycle approach, means here we are providing food security to the people at each and every stage of their life cycle. For example, we are providing food security to children through the cooked meals. We are providing food security to the pregnant women and lactating mothers. We are providing maternity benefit for the pregnant women and lactating mothers. And we are also providing food security to people in the old age. So right from their birth to till their death, now we are providing them with the food security. So this word is also very important. Adopting a life cycle approach. Are we clear on this? Apart from that, one very, very important point which you should not miss in your answer. What is that point? See, whenever you talk about malnutrition in India, right? Whenever we say that children who are born in India are malnourished, they are stunted, they are underweight, right? Now, if you ask me as to what is the biggest reason for malnutrition in India, I would say that it is because of poor nutritional status of the adolescent girls. That is poor nutritional status of pregnant women, lactating mothers, and so on. So when adolescent girls who are going to be the future mothers, when pregnant women, when their nutritional status is itself poor, the children whom they will give birth to, they'll also be malnourished. So don't you think we will have to strike at the very root of malnutrition? So are we not striking at the root of the malnutrition here by providing the maternity benefit, by providing them the nutritional support? Yes. So we are striking at the very root where malnutrition originates. So we keep on saying that malnutrition in India starts in the uterus, womb of a mother, and it ends in the womb of a mother. So this is a problem. So this is how we are addressing through this. So this part is very, very important. Okay. Next is Apart from highlighting all of these aspects, you could also incorporate facts, figures from National Family Health Survey 5 or some international reports to show that indeed India has shown improvement in hunger and malnutrition. For example, you could use the data from the National Family Health Survey 5, which was released just before the UPSC Mains examination. In fact, when this report was released, I had shared a data book of Indian economy with the students, a fact sheet with the students. In this fact sheet, I had incorporated all the important facts and figures which students can use in order to enrich their answers. And in that fact sheet, I had specifically mentioned about National Family Health Survey 5. So you could have incorporated those facts in order to highlight that, yes, we have seen an improvement. Similar to that, you could have also incorporated the Food and Agriculture Organization's report known as State of Food Security and Nutritional Report, which shows that there has been reduction in the undernourishment in the last decade from 22 to 15%. I hope you are clear now, right? Now, as I said, the question was, how has National Food Security Act helped in eliminating hunger and malnutrition? So the major demand was on the benefits of Nfsa. But do you think Nfsa has been able to do a full justice to its mandate? Even today, we are still facing problems, right? For example, look at India's ranking on Global Hunger Index, Global Food Security Index. India's ranking is still very poor. But is it required to write all of these in the answers? Not required. But in order to enrich your answer, once you write about the benefits, what you could do here is, you could have just incorporated that even today we are having these challenges in a form of a flow chart. So once you have written the benefits, you could have just added that even today, India's ranking on Global Hunger Index, Global Food Security Index continues to remain poor due to, and then these points, that these are still the challenges as far as National Food Security Act is concerned. And after this, once you highlight the challenges, the next logical step would be how to address these challenges, for which you could have incorporated the recommendations given by some of the important committees on PDS reforms, such as Shanta Kumar Committee, Nandan Nilekani Committee, and so on. So you could say that National Food Security Act has a potential to be a game changer in reducing hunger and malnutrition. However, going forward, we need to implement recommendations of Shanta Kumar Committee, Nandan Nilekani Committee, in order to streamline the food grain distribution policy. That's it. Are we clear on this? Okay, so look at the suggested answer. First and foremost, the introduction. In the introduction, you could have started with the rationale and significance of Nfsa, the introduction. In the body, obviously there are two dimensions. One, salient features of National Food Security Act and how Nfsa has helped in addressing hunger and malnutrition. So this is the benefits part, which you have to give more amount of focus upon. After writing the benefits, the mind map which I have shown you, that you could incorporate in the answer. And then in the conclusion, need to address the current challenges by adopting recommendations of various committees. How you could have enriched your answer? One, as I already said, you should have written about the poor nutrition status of adolescent girls, pregnant women, that part. You could have incorporated data from National Family Health Survey 5 report or other international reports, and you could have used the name of committees in your conclusion. So let's look at the suggested answer here. So look at the question. Introduction here. Nfsa 2013 provides food and nutritional security by ensuring access to adequate quantity of quality food at affordable prices. Thus, it strengthens Article 21 enshrined in the Constitution. Body of the answer, NFSA salient features. You must underline these things. So you have 5 to 6 salient features which you must highlight. Then second part, role of NFSA in addressing hunger and malnutrition. So you have 4 to 5 points. And then you can see this. However, NFSA still faces number of challenges as evident in India's poor ranking on Global Hunger Index, Global Food Security Index, and this self-explanatory flowchart about the challenges in NFSA, and then the conclusion here. Clear? Yes? Okay. Let's move to the next question now. Okay, about this mapping part. So this particular topic of National Food Security Act I discussed in the mains revision classes. So as you can see here, I discussed everything about NFSA as to how the public distribution works, right from procurement to the distribution part. You can see NFSA, how it works. Then I discussed the problems also here. And then I discussed as to what are the solutions to improve the public distribution system. You can see here, end-to-end computerization, GPS-enabled tracking, Nanda-Nilekani committee recommendations. So these things I had discussed in the mains revision classes. Apart from that, in your mains compass 2021, you have a separate section on public distribution system, functioning, limitations, and way forward. Everything that you need to know with respect to PDS is there in your mains compass.